Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am in Füssen and I'm exploring a very different area. I haven't come here before, but this looks very promising. Although I have been planning to come here for a long time, but the weather in Germany has been miserable. For past 2 weeks it has been snowing heavily and the temperature itself has gone as low as minus 15 degrees Celsius. So I couldn't really dare to come out and take photos. But today seemed to be a perfect day to come out and do some landscape photography. Last night I checked the weather forecast on the app and it showed that the temperature would be around zero. And let me tell you, zero in this condition was kind of summer for me, because since a few weeks it has been so terrible. So I thought that I'll come out today and check out this location where I've been planning to come for a long time. It's an open area, and I thought it would give me some good photography opportunities, but how it will turn out is yet for me to see. So I'll just go forward and see how it is. It seems like it's a park because I can see a few benches over there, and in this condition, when it is covered with snow, it barely resembles a park. I don't have any composition or something which I want to shoot in my mind already, because all I want to do is explore and see what this landscape offers. So I'm going with a complete fresh mind without any preconceived ideas. There's some beautiful light falling over there, but it's quite far and I don't see a possible composition from here. So what I'll do is I'll just go forward and see if there's something interesting over there. I think what I'll do is I'll take my camera out with 24 to 70 mm lens and then try to see if I can find some composition. Looking through the camera, it helps me to find compositions because then I know the range I'm going for. It gives me an idea that how wide or how far can I go. If I find something which is quite far, then I'll maybe take out my 100 to 400 mm lens out. I need to make sure that the lens elements or my sensor is not exposed to any snowflakes. So I've got my Sony A7 III with Sigma 24 to 70, and this will give me a perfect range to find some good compositions. And instantly I have found some good compositions here, or I should say some interesting trees which I'll have to turn into good compositions, because the whole thing is quite messy because the trees are covered with snow and there's no good separation between the trees in the foreground and the ones at the background. I think I like these subjects, but the problem is that this lens is not reaching far enough to give it a good look. So I'll switch to my 100 to 400 and see if that works out. Before I take the photos of these two trees which are completely covered in shade, I think I'll focus on the tree over there which has got sunlight over it, and I think I can make it into a good composition. I think there'll be a lot of light at that location and the whole area will be covered with bright light. So before that happens, I'll just take a shot of that tree. I'm not sure about the aspect ratio right now because all I want to do is take a photo, uh, and then in post processing I'll probably decide which aspect ratio suits this. I might go for 1:1 because I think it suits that look. What also I have done is I've taken some ground at the bottom because the trees beside this ground is casting nice shadows, and it's kind of giving a bright dark look at the bottom. So I think this should look good. There's a beautiful glow, kind of reddish in color in the sky, and I wanna capture that. It was a bit brighter earlier when I was setting it up, but this also works. All right, now it's time to shift my focus to the other two trees. I think they might catch some light because I can see that sun is going higher and it's getting brighter in that area. I'm not 100% satisfied with the composition, not because the tree isn't beautiful, it's really good and there are some very distinct features on it. But the thing is that the tree is not getting separated from its background. I might go for a lower f-stop number, open the aperture and see if I can get some um, separation between the subject and the background. Okay, I have started to get some light, so I'll quickly compose the shot. There's a tree which is kind of arching on another tree and it is being lit right now. Although the light on the tree has gone, I'm sure that it will come back. Until then, I'll set up my composition. Yeah, it is back. It's time to take a shot. I'm quite pleased with the shot. I'm not sure if it will work out eventually when I look it at the computer, but for now, it looks good. It's kind of giving an A shape to the scene, and I think it's quite unique. I've been standing here for past 10 minutes and I'm waiting for the light to hit those crevices over there. And earlier they were casting very nice shadow and it was very contrasty. And I thought that it'll make for a good abstract minimalist image. But as soon as I got my camera out, the light disappeared from the area. But the main problem is that I think there won't be any light for a while now because there's a huge dark cloud over there and sun has hid itself. I think I'll wait for another 5 to 10 minutes and see if the sun comes out. Although the light isn't as strong as it was before, it was enough to give a good depression shadow inside the crevice. And I think I'll go for a 1-to-1 crop with this, a very minimalist shot, and I think it's quite good. I'm very happy with it. Now I'm getting very bright sunlight on these crevices and they're casting deep shadows, so I think it'll look fantastic. I'm going for a different composition, choosing a different crevice. It's almost as if I'm shooting in a desert. I think the only problem here is that there are too many crevices which are very close to each other. If you take a lot of these holes in the ground in the shot, they kind of look cluttered and I don't like that look. So I'm just trying to choose just a couple of these crevices to take into my shot. There's a beautiful trail of these crevices. I've taken a couple of shots of this streak of crevices and I thought that to have all these crevices in focus, I'll have to focus stack them. So I took two shots here, one focus on the closest crevice and one at the back. I'll merge them together, stack them together later. I think this was the last shot and I'll move on from here. After walking for another 10 minutes, I reached under the tree which I had shot at first. Looking at it from down under, I can see the lower parts of the branches and they are not covered with snow, of course, but the sides have a lining of snow and I think I can get a very good composition over here. How it will turn up, I don't know, but I'll start with setting up my shot. So with that last image, I'll end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and liked the photos I have taken. I certainly loved the photos I took and the area itself. So I plan to come here again. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.